Hello everyone, welcome to Masandawana fan vlog. Here to give you the match review and do the player ratings for match day 10 against Richards Bay. Sure, what a tough few days. What a tough few days. Feels like we are seeing each other every 2 seconds now. Every 2 days, there's a Sundowns match and there's a Sundowns review to be had. Still not comfortable doing the reviews alone. Still not comfortable doing the reviews alone, but yeah, we'll soldier through it. Um, sure, what a good result. Good scoreline. I think the type of performance and the type of result we needed after the disappointing loss to Aros during the week. Still recovering from that trip. Only came back yesterday and already had to do another match. Yeah, what a good performance, or rather good result. I think it was a good result. I think the jury's still out on the performance. I know someone will say, you can be dissatisfied after a 4-1 win, but it wasn't a vintage Sundowns performance, but the result is good. We take the result and we take the 3 points. After 10 games played, we've won 6, drawn 3, and only lost 1, the one against Aros. Um, where do we start? We start with the lineup. Good lineup. Good lineup. Mali consistently getting games. Aubrey finding his form. Kuliso back to his best. I thought he was the best player on the pitch today. Not surprised to see Nuno Santos starting today. I expected it. I think I expected it, and I think any Sundowns supporter would have expected it after the performance he had against Aros when he came on Wednesday. Yeah, nothing out of the ordinary with our lineup, but of course there's a but. Still not satisfied with our overall play. I think the reason you will always hear me talking about how we perform is because I think I'm always looking at the bigger picture. I'm not looking at the one game and saying, oh, okay, we won this game, like we've turned things around. I think I'm looking at the bigger picture. When I look at how we've been playing since the season started, I'm asking myself, because I think now we can actually judge the way we are playing because we've played 10 league games. You know, if we've played 10 out of 30, it should actually give you an indication or a picture as to where we are going and how we are looking. And after MTN8 games, after 10 league games, when I look at the way we've been performing and the way we've been playing, my question becomes, okay, are we improving? And when I look at the way we are playing, my question now becomes, can we take the product that we're dishing out now and rely on it to win us games in the Cullen Black Label Cup, to win us games in the Nedbank Cup, to win us games in the Champions League? And so far, I don't have an answer. And when I look at today's game, I expected us to win this game. I really expected us to win this game because if you look at how things have been going the past few weeks, we either draw a game and then we win, or we lose a game and we win. But and another thing that I was thinking about was I wonder actually if we are going to become flat track bullies this season. When I look at this season, I ask myself, is this the Sundowns that is we are going to see for the rest of the season, or is there an improvement to this team? And I'm hoping there's an improvement to this team, but the realistic side of me is a bit worried that is this going to be the theme of the season, like this stop-start that we've been doing and this winning games, drawing games, winning games, losing games, you know. But we live in hope, like I always say. But if you look at today's game, the performance wasn't that bad. It was okay. We dominated the game from start to finish. We had 72% of ball possession. I think we had more passes in the second half than we did in the first half. Yeah, in the first half, I think we had like 232 passes or something like that. And then in the second half, we had about 300 or more passes. And if you look at how Richards Bay were set up today, um, they were looking to fight for the second balls and find Gabadinho Mango and try to do something out of nothing. And as the game progressed, I kind of felt like they were also targeting the side of Mali a lot. If you see even the mistake Mali did for their goal, I'm still not sure if that was a foul or if it wasn't a foul. I still haven't had time to watch the game. I haven't really watched the game to see if it was really a foul, but from where I was standing, it didn't look like a foul because Gabadinho is, we all know him. He's a very aggressive type of player, and he sniffs out like anytime if he sees that a defender has like if he sniffs out a weakness in a centre back or in a defender, he's gonna capitalize on it, and I think that's what he did today for them to get their goal. But yeah, you look at Batusi in midfield because we didn't have Teboho today. He was on the bench. He labored a lot through the Arrows game. So yeah, Batusi, I thought he played well, even though I felt like in the second half he was getting tired. If you look at the amount of misplaced passes that he had in the second half, you will see that he had tired through the game. But yeah, Coach Miguel kept him on for 90 minutes. Um, Good performance from Kuliso, like I had mentioned. Good performance from Aubrey. Good performance from Musa Libusa. You know, Musa has been so reliable for the past 3 to 4 years. You know, he's looked so good in the games that we needed him the most, or in the games that we relied on him because of injuries and because of suspensions. And even today, I thought he was good. Marcelo was good as well today. Obviously, Tashrik, Tashrik was gonna give us something today. Somebody in the stands was saying to me, "Is like, kids, today I was expecting a goal from Tashrik because we are playing Richards Bay. Tashrik always scores against the smaller teams." And I'm like, but he scored against Chiefs 2 seasons ago, you know. But yeah, I think I'm also a victim of my words because I did mention that Tashrik and Salez are flat track bullies. You know, they run over smaller sides. You know, with all due respect to Richards Bay, but yeah, they always show up in these type of games, and I expected him to get a goal or two today, and he got 2 goals. But yeah, there isn't much to complain about today. I think my complaints with our team is big picture complaints. I'm not complaining about the odd games that we draw or we lose. My complaints are big picture complaints. When I look at the way we've been playing, like I've said, like we are now 10 games in, so 10 games in the season should give you an indication of where we are. And when I look at the way we've been playing, we haven't been consistent in our play. We haven't been consistent with our lineups, but and we haven't been consistent in our performances. And I think that's my biggest worry, to say I still don't see something like a product that you can say is forming or is developing that we can rely on to win the Nedbank Cup, to win the Carling Cup, and to go have another go at the Champions League. But all in all, I think we just need to really like find a solid lineup, find a start playing better. We just need to find ourselves. And yeah, I think today's performance was expected. I don't think any Sundowns supporter wouldn't have expected us to win this game. Good to see Nuno Santos starting today. He looks good. He looks good. I just think we mustn't fall in the trap of thinking he's a Lucas Ribeiro replacement, because they look like they're two different players, but he's not a Lucas Ribeiro, and I think we should also be cautious of that. We can go into the ratings. I thought Ronwen was decent today. Disappointing for him to concede, because I thought we had controlled the game so well up until that moment where Mali lost the ball to Gabadinho Mango, and he had a very decent finish. Yeah, so I thought Ronwen had a good performance. It's the one game where you felt like he could have had a clean sheet. I will give Ronan a 6.5. I thought Kuliso was the best player on the pitch. Best player on the pitch, easily, easily, easily. Also won us the penalty. But he was good defensively. Was good in attack. You wouldn't say he's a player who was on fed up leave a few weeks ago. He's looked so good since he came back. I'll give Kuliso for today's performance a 8.5. Malibongwe, I thought was good for most of the parts of the game. I'll give Mali a 7. Scored a good goal, but yeah, if you look at the mistake that led to the Gabadinho Mango goal, I think it's still school fees for him. It's only his second season. Still school fees for him, but yeah, I'll give him a 7. Took the goal well as well. Musa Libusa, I will give a 7.5. Good performance from him. Wasn't really troubled. Also, like when you're playing against a team that doesn't have like a big number 9 or hard running number 9, it becomes easy for players like Musa. Obs was good again. He's been playing well lately. He's been taking the chances that he's been getting very well, and yeah, he played well against Arrows, played well even in the previous game, played well today again. I'll give Obs a 7. I thought he played very well today. But Tusi, I will give a 7.5. I thought it was a good performance, even though I felt like in the second half he started slacking a bit. I think he started getting tired as well. A few misplaced passes. He wasn't reading the game as well as he was in the first half. But all in all, I think it was a good performance from him. Marcelo, I will give a 6.5 out of 10. Nuno Santo, I thought he had a good game. I thought he had a very good game. Could have scored as well. I think I will give Nuno a 7.5 out of 10. I thought it was a good home debut. First start, decent. It looked good with Aubrey. His combinations with Obs were good in the first half. Finding the pockets, finding the spaces. I think he will come good for this team. I will give Tashrik Matthews a 7.5. Scored two goals. Was a very good pass from secondary assist from Nuno Santo to Ikram Reynas. Reynas chipped the goalie, but it hit the crossbar, and Matthews was there to finish it. That was a good passage of play, I must say. And I will give Ikram Reynas a 7.5 out of 10. Yeah, I saw a stat from Optejabu where he said since Reynas joined Sundowns, no player in the PSL has scored more goals than him. He's got 20 goals so far, and I think I think Ikram has been so good for Sundowns since he arrived last season. He's been so good and so vital. Most of our goals come from him now. Yeah. Sales. At one point in the second half, I had even forgotten that he was on the pitch. Um, Salah sometimes is just he's playing at a like pedestrian pace. Like he always seems to be stuck in one gear. I wonder like what's beyond what we are seeing with Sales. Is there something beyond what we are seeing, or is this it? I guess time will tell. Sales, I will give a five. Only saw him in the first half. Second half, didn't see much. I think of all our subs, Basadine, Spelele, and Bennett Mukwena are the ones that looked lively, are the ones that elevated our play and our performance from the bench. I thought Basadine was good when he came on for Ops. I also thought Spelele was good. I thought Spelele was so good when he came on. Combined well with Marcelo and Batusi. Also combined well with Khuliso Mudau. I will give Spelele a 6. I will give Basadine a 5.5. I will give Bennett Mukwena a 5.5. I think Bennett Mukwena is almost similar to Maseko. When they come on, they are just in a hurry. They're too hungry, and I think sometimes it affects their performances. But Bennett was good when he came on against Arrows. It was good today, but not the same as it was against Arrows. I will give him a 5.5. I will give Maseko a 5. I will give, I don't think I will reach Lily because I think he didn't have enough time on the pitch. And also, like, we had already killed off the game, so there was not even a real intent to get another goal. But yeah, I will give, did I give Maseko a 5? Yes, Maseko a 5. And I won't reach Lily because I thought, like, the game was already done and dusted. And yeah. I will give Miguel Cardoso an 8 for today's performance. I nearly said 7.5. I'll give him an 8. It was a good performance from the team. I will give the Sundowns supporters a 9 out of 10. I thought the crowd could have been better, but I understand it's an 8 o'clock game in Atteridgeville. It's not easy for everyone to go there. Even for me, it's tough. It's tough. And even when I think that next week we still have to go back to Atteridgeville at 8, no, it's tough. But it is what it is, But I prefer Loftus. I think it's much better. I think we also play much better when we are there. Also, like, we're closer to the pitch. Ribeiro, I don't really enjoy the football there. The pitch looks so bad. There's a track, yeah. I prefer Loftus, but yeah, we'll have to take what we're given for now. But yeah, 9 out of 10 for our supporters. And yeah, I'll see you guys again next week. We'll see you next week for the Cullen Black Label game against Marumo Gallants. Expecting a win out of that game and a convincing performance. All in all, yeah. It was a good win today, good result. We are happy with it, especially after the blunder against Arrows. But yeah, guys, we'll see you next week. Thank you for watching. Sharp.